Okay, so you probably can't tell by the way I'm dressed, but I actually have a layer of long underwear on underneath this usual getup that I have. And there's a very good reason for that. Like, it looks beautiful outside right now, absolutely. In fact, one would almost say it's actually quite gorgeous outside. But we're inside right now looking out. If I were to go outside right now, I would tell you I would immediately get cold. Because when I woke up this morning, it was 1 degrees outside. One. Uno. Un. Ichi. One. I stayed in bed for probably an hour and a half longer than what I probably would have wanted to do for that reason. Like, I don't want to go out there. It's cold. I don't like that. And yet, I see out my window there are some people walking outside. I'm like, how are you not like gigantic ice sculptures? How? To put things into perspective. Oh, actually, I was like, good morning, happy Saturday, everyone. You know what? I'll just get this over with. My low is that I'm cold. My high is I got to see my family yesterday, and my act of kindness is that I held the door for someone. Anyway, back to the business at hand. For reference, I just told you, saw my parents last night, but my mom worked yesterday, and so I'm hanging out with my dad for a while, and I was going to head home as soon as, I got to see my mom. And my mom comes home from work feeling just awful. Like, sore throat, headache, like, needless to say, I felt really bad. And that's actually part of my low, is the fact that my mom was feeling sick. She's feeling better, though. Thankfully, I called her this morning, and she's doing much better, so that's good. When I left my parents' house last night, it was 4 degrees, which technically is better than 1. But come on, man, when it comes to temperature, are you really going to notice that much of a difference? Cold is cold. Water is still going to freeze at this temperature. In fact, here's how cold it was yesterday. Because on my way home, because I know this next week is going to be in the single digits. I'm aware of that. I haven't quite made peace with that. I just know it's going to be cold. But I know I had to get gas. In fact, I did get gas last night. So, actually, hold on. I have an idea. This is the jacket I wore last night for the very reason, for the fact it's cold out. Yes, it's a Calvin Klein jacket. Hashtag not an ad, just a fan. Plus, my mom actually got this for me for a gift. So, it's actually quite nice. And it's probably convenient I'm wearing this jacket anyway because I'm about to head out after this video gets uploaded. Anyway, so I'm getting gas at the gas station. And, in order to hold up, I put my hands in my actually, hold on, it's more like, I put my hands in my pocket, try and hover over the gas pump, try and squeeze through my through the coat, but I wasn't getting good enough grip. So, and I was only gonna pay I only paid $21 for gas yesterday. So you know what? I have $3 left, so I just take out my hand, oh, it was horrible. It was so horribly cold. But, you know what? It does save me from getting gas for a couple of days. I mean, yes, I will have to go outside again in this single degree weather and pump gas in a few days. But, you know, at least I got it over with now. Basically, I bought myself some time, if that makes sense. Um, and the sad part is, like, yesterday was just such a good day too. Um, got myself some lunch, got a nap in, got to see my folks. I just realized this is probably like, uh, well, technically I've done live vlogs you know, uh, in a jacket before, but actually I could probably, I am leaving soon, maybe I could probably just keep this on. Actually, you know what? It's so cold out right now. I have my thermostat set to 75. It's currently reading 71. You know why that is? Because the sole reason why it's not at 75 is because I never close my blinds. I mean, listen, at this point, you guys should know me. You gotta let the sunshine in. I truly do not think I would be able to function normally without, like, at least a little bit of sunshine in my apartment. I really don't. In fact, full disclosure, last year I actually considered moving. And the one place I found, in the building I was considering, they did have a room for me, but I would have to spend an entire year where my only source of natural sunlight would be a sunroof. No windows, nothing. I'm like, how can anyone function like that? No. So, forever worse, I'm still here. Actually, I do like working. It's not like I'd be going very far from where I am anyway. Like, I'm going maybe a quarter mile away from here in terms of where I was looking. That's it. Like, nothing. Not going to say where because, again, I would like to keep it relatively ambiguous where I currently am living right now, but truth is, I really wasn't be going very far. Oh man, I just realized. Like, you know when you go into when you go outside in the cold, obviously you'll see your breath as you walk out. I'm going to be seeing my breath the entire time I'm driving in my car. Because the inside of my car is going to be freezing. You know what? I'm not really... Ooh, could I? I mean, that'd be pretty interesting if I... Hold on a second. Huh. Where on earth could they be? Oh, wait. Here they are. Since I actually am in a bit of a hurry, I might as well at least just get my boots and gloves on. Yep. I never wear gloves. I usually just tough it out, but yeah. Actually, I put the gloves on. I could probably quickly put one of the gloves on now. So, yeah. With my gloves. Look how thick this is. And these very special boots, and they are very special to me. Because, full stop. Oh, actually, this is one of two of the very last gifts I ever got from my grandmother before she died. You know what the other one is? This jacket. Yes, it's another Calvin Klein jacket. I swear this is not an ad. I just happen to own two of your jackets. That's it. And they were both given to me as gifts. This one from my grandmother, God rest her soul, and this one given to me by my mother. To be honest, I wear this black one all the time, so it's nice I get to, have this nice white one out. Of course, if you're wondering, yes, it does show dirt a lot. Wow, this actually became a fashion-related video. Anyway, this jacket and these boots were the very last things I ever got from my grandmother before she passed away. In fact, they were both Christmas and birthday gifts. Because I got them in December and 4 months later she passed. So, needless to say, I'm never letting these things go. Well, I'm sure if nothing else, I'll maybe retire them, I guess. But I never want to, throw them out or get rid of them, of course. Because, come on. I do love my grandma. Hold on a second. Just going to put the jacket away. As I was saying, right, I totally forgot what I was saying. Right, how cold it is. I was actually about to talk about my grandmother for a bit. Obviously I do miss my grandmother. I think about her a lot, of course. And I especially think about her when, I'm up at Cuca Lake or I wind up going to Libs for dinner, which she loved Libs even more than I did, if you can believe that. And I'm sure, she always thought she would. She always, loved me and, was very proud of me. So, with nothing else, there's not one negative thing I could ever say about my grandmother ever. For 34 years, she did nothing but give me, not just me, but my brother, my cousins, the family, nothing but love and support. In fact, her exact words were, every now and again I hear her say, "Don't ever tell anyone I didn't do nothing for you." Well, I will tell you that she never did nothing for me. She did absolutely everything for me. I probably just said that. The point is, she did everything for me. And, obviously I have a lot of memories with her, of course. They're never going to go away. However, in terms of actual tangible objects that I own, these boots and that black jacket I just showed off are the very last things I ever got from her. So, needless to say, I'm going to hold on to these near and dear. Actually, regarding these boots, I have a very special reason why. Actually, I love these boots, but they have these hooks on that you gotta hook through, and then you gotta loop them around again, and that, loop around more hooks, and loop around like that. Basically, these boots take a lot longer to put on than they should. Which, at least they're not falling off my feet. That's a good thing. And because these laces are so long, we gotta actually triple knot these. There we go. Put the pant leg over there, and that's one boot on. Now the other boot. So, anyway, that same year my grandmother got me these boots, I actually, because you guys know, I go to church a lot. Even if I go to church on Saturday, I'll most likely be going to church on Sunday. And Christmas that year, Actually, I forget what day of the week Christmas was, but point is, I went to church on Christmas Eve, and I wound up going to church the very next day. And I was wearing these boots. And at St. Mary and Mother, there's a very special tradition that they have. That, if any children come to the Christmas morning mass and they just happen to bring any gifts or toys that they were given, they would be allowed to walk up to the altar, and the priest would, bless whatever gift it was, or gifts or whatever. Now, when he said that, I immediately thought about going up, because yes, these boots are a gift that I got from my grandmother, but I thought he was referring to children. So I waited till after the service and say needless to say, I got these boots blessed by the priest, which actually is very apropos because, my grandmother went to church a lot too. By the way, I am feeling absolutely toasty right now in this jacket that I'm wearing. And it's going to be a complete shock when I go outside. Physically I feel warm, but after talking about my grandmother, I feel warm on the inside. And that's important. Hopefully that'll get me through whatever's going on out there. I hope you like this video. If you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on social media. As always, I'm very humble this video for all you guys watching over there. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday. It's so cold I forgot the day of the week. And remember, if you guys want to talk, James are here to lend always back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.